As we age, our bodies can give us subtle signs about how much time we have left. For people over 60, these clues are even more noticeable, but many of us fail to recognize them until it's too late. These signs can indicate how well our body's functioning and whether we're at risk for certain health issues. Unfortunately, it's easy to overlook them in our busy lives, and by the time we notice, it could be much harder to make changes that could improve our longevity. In this video, I'm going to share 3 key signs that doctors say could help reveal how much longer we have to live. These signs are easy to miss, but once you know what to look for, they could be a game changer. Understanding these signs can help you take control of your health, enabling you to add more meaningful, healthy years to your life and enjoy the time you have with your loved ones. If you're over 60 or just interested in living a longer, healthier life, make sure to stick around and learn about these vital clues. Don't forget to like this video if you found this helpful and subscribe to our channel for more tips on healthy living. And we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below if you've noticed any signs in your own body or if you have any questions about how to stay healthy as you age. Number 1, a noticeable change in your walking speed. Noticing a change in how fast you walk might seem like a small thing, but it can actually say a lot about your health. You might not feel any pain, and there might be no injury at all, but suddenly you're moving a little slower than before. Maybe you're taking longer to get from one room to another, or feeling like a short walk is more effort than it used to be. It's easy to brush this off as just getting older, but that slower pace could be telling a deeper story. Doctors and researchers have been paying close attention to walking speed because it's closely connected to both heart and brain health. In fact, some major studies have shown that people who walk much slower than others their age are at a higher risk of serious health issues, even if they feel okay otherwise. It's not just about physical strength, it's about what your body is doing under the surface. Your heart might not be pumping blood as efficiently, or your brain might be working a little harder to keep up. Imagine walking through your house, the same path you've taken every day, but now it feels like more of a task than it should. You pause more often, maybe you feel a little tired or unbalanced, and something just feels off. It might seem like a small annoyance, but it's actually one of the body's subtle ways of waving a red flag. These changes often start quietly, and that's why they're easy to overlook. But your body is trying to get your attention before things become more serious. The good news is, catching this kind of signal early gives you a chance to do something about it. Getting checked out, staying active, and paying attention to how your body moves every day can make a huge difference. A slower walk might be your first clue that something's changing, and listening to that clue could help protect your health in the long run. Sometimes the smallest changes are the ones that matter most. Number 2, trouble standing up from a chair without using your hands. Imagine sitting in your favorite chair and then trying to stand up without using your hands. It seems like such a small action, something we all do every day without thinking twice. But what if one day it suddenly feels more difficult than it used to? That tiny struggle could be your body's quiet way of telling you something important. This isn't just about getting older. It's about the strength in your legs, your balance, and the power of your core, all working together to keep you steady and strong. As we age, our muscles naturally begin to shrink, a process known as sarcopenia. It happens slowly, often without notice, and by the time it becomes obvious, it may already be affecting your mobility and confidence. The ability to stand up easily from a seated position is one of the earliest signs of how your muscles are holding up. When that movement starts to feel shaky or takes more effort than before, it's not just frustrating, it's a red flag. This one movement can say a lot about your future independence. Strong legs and core muscles help you move safely and confidently, lowering your risk of falls and injuries. More than that, studies show a clear link between muscle strength in later years and how long people live and how well they live. So something as ordinary as standing from a chair without help becomes a kind of daily check-in with your body, a snapshot of your overall health. The good news is, you're not stuck with what you've got. Just like we brush our teeth to keep them healthy, we can move and exercise to keep our muscles active. Resistance training, walking, and even simply practicing standing up without using your hands can rebuild what's been lost and protect what you still have. It's never too late to start paying attention to these little things. because they often tell us the most about the bigger picture. Number 3, feeling less mentally sharp or emotionally flat. There are moments in life when we all feel a little off, slower to respond, less interested in things that once excited us. Maybe it's forgetting a name mid-sentence, or staring at a familiar task and feeling oddly disconnected from it. For some, it might feel like you're simply going through the motions, emotionally flat, like life has turned down its color a bit. These aren't just quirks of aging or signs of a busy life catching up to you. Sometimes they can be early clues that your brain isn't getting the support it needs. Imagine your brain like a vibrant, bustling city. When everything's flowing, the traffic, the lights, the energy, you feel sharp, creative, and emotionally present. But when the energy supply begins to dim, even just slightly, the city doesn't shut down all at once. Instead, you might just notice that the lights seem a little duller, the streets a bit quieter, the response time slower. This drop in mental clarity and emotional connection can be tied to reduced blood flow or subtle neurological changes that are easy to miss if you're not looking. It's easy to chalk this up to stress or aging. After all, we live in a fast world. But there's a difference between normal mental fatigue and a gradual drift into something more serious. You might stop reaching for the books you once loved. The hobbies you used to lose hours in now seem like chores, or conversations feel more draining than engaging. These shifts, though seemingly small, can whisper the beginnings of cognitive decline, something that often starts long before obvious symptoms appear. The good news is the brain is incredibly resilient, especially when given attention early. Just like catching a leak before it floods your home, noticing these mental and emotional changes early can make a huge difference. Supporting your brain health now means you can still be fully present, curious, and mentally agile well into your later years. It's not just about staving off illness. It's about preserving the joy of thinking clearly, feeling deeply, and living fully. So if you've been feeling a little foggy, a bit less like yourself, don't shrug it off. It might not just be a phase or stress from work. Think of it as a gentle signal, a quiet request from your brain asking for better care, more attention, and maybe even a change in direction. Catching that signal now could be the key to keeping your mental spark alive for decades to come. You know what most people don't realize? Those little signs we chalk up to just getting older, they're not permanent. A bit of brain fog here, a little wobble in your step there, or suddenly feeling more tired than usual. These are your body's way of sending a message. And the wild part? These signs are changeable. Seriously, you can actually reverse them. Imagine this, just 10 minutes of walking a day. That's it. A short, easy stroll, nothing crazy. Pair that with a few simple resistance exercises using your own body weight or set of resistance bands, and you're already ahead of the curve. It's not about pushing yourself like you're 25 again. It's about waking up muscles and systems that have gone a bit quiet. Your body doesn't need extreme, it needs consistency. But here's where it gets even better. The food you eat, it matters more than most people think. Adding more omega-3s, magnesium, and vitamin B12 into your daily routine can do incredible things for your energy, your memory, even your mood. This isn't hype, it's science. These nutrients support your brain, nerves, and muscles. A handful of walnuts, a bit of salmon, maybe a supplement if needed, it all adds up. And guess what? It doesn't take years to notice a difference. In just 90 days, people over 60 have reported feeling stronger, thinking clearer, even walking taller. They didn't start with perfect health, they just started. The only real secret is that they listened to those early signs. They took action when the symptoms were small, and that made all the difference. Think about it. What if you didn't wait until you felt old to start doing something about your future? What if you could feel better in 3 months than you do right now, just by making a few simple shifts? That's not wishful thinking. That's a choice. And it starts with paying attention to the signals your body's already giving you. These signs aren't shouting yet. They're whispering. But if you lean in and listen, if you hear what your body's trying to say, you've got the power to change your story. Aging isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you can influence every single day with small moves in the right direction.